Okay, and we are back.
Aha!
Um, we're back, and huzzah! There we go.
Huzzah! We are back. Picture time. It is back time. We are picture time. We are back again. Tex is back. Tell a friend. We are back again. Dun, 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 dun. Oh
Indeed.
man.
Uh, I it shouldn't work. It shouldn't change anything because this is the only profile on this computer.
I'm gonna make you uncomfortable, Deb.
Okay.
I had a dream and you were in it.
I'm already uncomfortable. Yes.
Alright, so guess what happened?
What happened?
We had to restore a boat, like at the end of that movie, The Shawshank Redemption.
Okay.
Like, I walked down the beach and you had a boat, and you said, "Find time for a swim." And we put the boat in the water, and we sailed all the way to Australia. And as soon as we land there, they made us leave. They
Okay.
didn't explain what we had done wrong. They just said, "No." Like, they knew who we were. They just pointed. They were like, "No, nope." And they just pointed. Like, nah.
Oh, that's gonna irritate me.
Said that we couldn't be there anymore. Well, they didn't even say that. They just pointed at the horizon. They're like, nah, mate, nah.
Well, people coming on boats who may or may not be welcomed stopped being fashionable for that continent sometime around the 1920s.
I know. But they were just like, nah, mate, nah, nah.
So when they did this light texture, they didn't bother to check how many of these would fit in the doorway so that they all line up right. They had to put in
Well,
this little short one right there.
yeah, it's the shim light.
It's the shim light.
Get the shim light.
And it doesn't
It's the
even
shim
have
light from
the
Black and
rounded
Deck.
corners. Look, they
It's the
didn't
shim
bother to
light.
mirror it. Just hacked off.
Brother, get the shim light.
I
Look,
hope
I'm
I'm
gonna tell
going
you
the
this
right
much.
direction. I forgot.
I'm just gonna say this much. Like, okay, you were in the dream, and we didn't talk about much. We were on the boat. It was not a sailboat, but I did not
I'll
hear a
tell you, there's a lot
motor.
of time to talk on a boat.
Well, we didn't talk about anything, and there was not
I
a
think I've been
motor
here
on the boat.
before.
There was not a motor on the boat
No motor,
at
but it
all.
wasn't a sailboat.
Correct.
Were we powering it with our minds?
I guess we didn't look happy that we were on the boat. Like, this wasn't a vacation. It was just something like we had to do, you know. And we went and we did it. We went out and we just, we were on the boat, and then we showed up at Australia, and they're like, nah, nah, bruh, nah. They made us leave. And then I had another dream where a zeppelin came out from behind a cloud, and I was really fucking mad that it was up there in the cloud. Like, I was irrationally mad in the dream. Like, I woke up embarrassed. I was so
Okay.
mad. Like, the cloud had a zeppelin in it. Like, it was hiding there, and I was like swearing at it. And everyone else was cool with the zeppelin being in the cloud, but I was not. Like, I was like, can you believe that fucking cloud? It's got a fucking, he's hiding in there. And everyone was like, what's your deal, man? He's just hanging up there. And I was furious.
Fair enough.
I'm just telling you the dreams, you know. I
Yeah.
was absolutely pissed that that zeppelin was in that cloud,
Alrighty.
you know.
I don't tend to remember my dreams, and it's
I
probably from.
write them down in my
Oh,
phone. As soon as I wake up, I have a note on my phone. I open up the note thing and then I write down like punched Superman.
okay. Fair enough.
No, I'm going through my notes because I delete them once I read them to somebody. I just explain what I did, and they're like, "Oh, okay," and all right, and then I delete them. I don't save any of these. Um, Going through my notes. Let's see. I'll read these out loud if you want, and then I'll just delete them. You know, because I don't
Oh,
want to hold
sure.
on to these. They're not important to me.
So,
Because none of
do
them have.
you notice any trends in your dreams?
Oh, sure. Like the nightmares, always, and I'm not gonna tell you about those. But the
Well,
weird
yes.
dreams, they're all over the place. All right, so let's see. Because I have a very active imagination. Oh, all right. So let's see. Data from Star Trek sang me happy birthday, but he was all out of key, and I hit him with a chair and he cried.
Okay.
That was a dream. He was a really ugly crier.
Really ugly crier.
Everyone was very upset.
You know, I could actually maybe see that.
Everyone was incredibly upset that I like beat the shit out of him because when I hit him with that chair, he ceased being Data and he was like Brent Spiner, like
And
playing Data.
nobody wants Brent Spiner. They want Data.
Yeah, so that happened. Let's see. Scrolling. There was the one where I said I punched Superman. So Superman was at the door. Like he rang the doorbell, and you know how when you're not expecting someone to be at the door, and it's like in the middle of the night, and you wake up in a dream in the middle of the night, you're always panicked running to the door like there's a fire or something
Mm-hmm.
happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I run to the door in my dream, and I open it, and it's Superman, and he's standing there and he has a package for me, and he's like, "You gotta sign for this package." He didn't say it. He handed me the thing, and I said, "It's like 3 in the fucking morning."
As you do.
And yeah, and he was like, "You gotta sign for your mail," you know, like it's he was telling me I had to do it, and so I punched him and I closed the door. Nothing else happened.
Nothing beyond that.
There's a dream where someone I know got into an argument with me and then punched a hole in the wall and crawled in it.
Okay.
You know, like that was their fine then moment. They punched a hole in the wall and crawled in it. I didn't know how to retort against that one. There was the dream where the guy with a lawnmower was in the house. Now I woke up and the guy with the lawnmower was out in the yard. So that explains why that dream happened, right? But I had the
Yeah.
dream he was in the house and everyone was just cool with it, and I was like, that guy's mowing our fucking couch, like, and everyone was just ignoring it, like perfectly kosher with him, you know, mowing the couch. I was
Oh,
not.
wow.
Did you crunch that woman a little bit?
Well, I was hoping it would hold the door open,
It appears not.
but it appears not to.
It appears certainly not to have. Good job. Great job there. Yeah. But no, lots of little dreams. Yeah, there's some very weird
I
dreams I had.
locked
Oh,
myself out.
I had a dream where the mailman was walking down the street, and I heard a very strong buzzing noise,
Okay.
like a transformer about to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Really strong buzzing noise. And I asked him, "What is that buzzing?" And he turned his head to me and opened it, and sparks started flying out of his mouth. He seemed unbothered by that.
Okay.
Like, just
Just completely.
that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes that
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah. No,
Oh,
like
no.
not really not alarmed. Just, like it's that time of day, right?
Law and a bunch of bodies.
So yeah, there's a lot of
15 rockets for the Gep gun. I don't think I need law.
You know when you mumble that to yourself and whisper it, it doesn't sound like you're saying.
I think I killed these people. I'm going backwards, aren't I?
If you ever want to have fun, by the way, if you ever really want to have fun, and someone is being an ass, and asking you questions, just repeat everything they say, but in a whisper, back to them. That is how you win that exchange.
That
So if
is
someone is
that is
just,
awful.
it's great, it's fantastic. So if someone is just like, "Are you paying attention?" You know, you just do it nice and soft back to them. Just whatever they're
Ugh.
saying, nice and
Tex,
soft.
how would
Whisper
you
it back to
react if
them.
someone made a Randolph P. Checkers action figure complete with accessories and Beeple products?
I don't know. That'd be kind of weird. But I mean, the one thing I've learned is when someone makes something with love, like okay, let's say grandma makes you some cookies, right? But grandma's got cataracts. And maybe grandma has a little bit of dementia. Not a lot, but just a little, right? So maybe like halfway through making cookies, she thinks she's talking to Lawrence Welk, right, on the TV. She sees Lawrence Welk on the TV, and she thinks that when Lawrence Welk is like, "How you doing, viewers?" that Lawrence Welk is talking to her, and not just talking, but talking to her. So naturally, the quality of the cookies declines a little bit, right? But if she made them with love, they're better. So if someone made an action figure with all that and accessories, and made it with love, I'd be fine with that. I'd be fine with that, regardless of how it turned out. Love makes a little bit of difference. Now, the reason I can say this is because my grandmother did have dementia, and she cooked a lot as she had dementia. And so, over the course of about a 10-year period, I watched a yearly pound cake that she made become increasingly misshapen and begin to incorporate a number of curious ingredients, to include dill.
Ooh, a dill pound cake.
Yes,
Interesting.
a
Okay.
not exactly my first go-to for pound cake, but yeah, dill, sage, and oregano was in it by the end. It also got shorter as time went on.
What do you attribute that shortness to?
A not correct amount of other ingredients, like
Okay.
butter, baking soda, so on. Yeah, so it was. I guess over time it slowly became like a frittata.
Okay.
She made a lot of
Short
other
herb
things.
cake. Yeah, bork
She
bork.
she started making a lot of stuff suspended in jello. Aspic, like the 1960s cookbooks do.
Yeah.
She did that for real. Um, yeah, she did that for fucking real. And I'm gonna say this much: like it wasn't all bad, because at first it was fruits and
And you're sitting there
yeah,
like
it
this
was
isn't traditional, but maybe it's not bad.
fruits and jello, and not so bad, just recognizable things, right? But over time, maybe the fruits got substituted for fruit-shaped things. So, like, I remember one year it was cucumbers instead of fruits,
Okay.
which different.
Yeah.
And then there were marshmallows one year. Just small things she had in the cabinet went in there, and that was different. It was like a lot of little marshmallows suspended in jello. One year the jello was runny. It was not actually jello. We think it may have been like jam.
Okay.
No one stopped her from cooking because she liked it.
Well,
So
yeah, and I mean the best advice for anybody in that situation is try not to do anything to upset them because they're not going to understand why
well,
in just a
sure,
few
and
minutes time.
yeah, she was her mind went, and so we just kind of played along, and yeah, there was a lot of fun times, you could say.
Yeah, Jello fruit salad isn't horrible, but it can get weird fast. You're right. Ginger bitters.
Yeah. At one point, she forgot she was making coffee for me, and so she poured the already made coffee into the back of the coffee machine to use as water for the coffee she then made me.
Okay.
Which I will tell you does make coffee in the end.
Yeah, recursive coffee works.
However, it is incredibly stout. It is a very strong tasting cup of joe. Yeah. Yeah, no, that was an interesting time. We took care of Grandma, but she was wild. She used to love to watch wrestling. Like, she never liked wrestling until her mind started to go, and then she loved wrestling, and she thought it was the greatest thing in the world. But sometimes she forgot it was wrestling, and she thought just people on TV were fighting like really good.
Fair enough.
You know? Yeah, so she'd be like, the president just beat that man up! And I'm like, yeah! And so I started to think, like, man, imagine that world being real, where, you know, you turned on TV and, like, you see people, like, literally, you know, like, you watch a random channel, and someone's fighting, like, WWF.
Yeah.
Like, you know, home and garden TV, you know, like, this real estate is too expensive! It just throws them through a wall, you know? Be fucking amazing. Yeah, everybody was kung fu fighting.
They could have been, certainly.
They could have been fast as lightning.
You know, I will say that is something that is sorely missing from the likes of the WWE now. Is kung fu fighting.
You know, I'm not sure how they could work that gimmick in there, like somebody with a kung fu gimmick, you know?
Yeah. I agree. It would be difficult, but if they managed it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
How many shot shells did that give me?
So Bionic has just said, I remember one time I had a smoke and tried to make lasagna. I used too big of a pan and panicked, so I used uncooked lasagna noodles as dam walls to hold the rest of the lasagna in, since it didn't fill all the baking dish.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
One time I watched somebody who was really, really stoned make a pizza. They had made a pizza in the in the oven, you know, and the pizza had come out, and they set it on the counter, and they stared at it, and I want to say like 20 minutes passed as they stared at it. Now I'm not sure if the pizza was singing to them or, you know, like what was going on, but I broke the man's revelry.
Okay.
Because he was standing there staring at the pizza, like communing with it, I guess. Like thinking about, maybe he was thinking he was eating it when he wasn't. I mean, he was really stoned. He was just staring at it, like maybe he was consuming it on a psychic level, right? And I have not evolved that capability.
Yeah.
But when I broke his revelry, he goes, right, like I had just said something that made logical sense, and he opened the cabinet and took out peanut butter and spread it over the now cooled pizza, folded it in half, and ate it.
Okay.
You're too late. Already I'm more than
I was like, all right.
Does that mean I don't get the job?
I mean, I didn't ask him any questions because he looked like he was enjoying himself. Like, you know.
That's the important thing. Hey, Mr. Page, your face and
You will be the supreme enlightened,
bald
the
head
illuminated
scene
one.
is a little messed up. You should get the wardrobe on that.
I will be what the Illuminati aspires to be, but cannot create for themselves soon. When my augmented systems like yours are complete and able to be integrated with Helios, I will burn like the brightest star.
You're gonna burn, all right.
Look at you. You're nothing but a little man. A little man still living inside a body. Lose your body and what are you? Nothing.
Maybe he was wondering how to dip the pizza into the chocolate fountain, says Coyote 16 Abel.
Oh man, I remember when they brought that chocolate fountain to the Golden Corral. I remember when that was brought upon us.
Yep.
And you know, the chalky fountain.
And somehow nobody could figure out the inevitable outcome of that.
Well, it was interesting because I went there the year that was brought out, and then I looked over and I was like, oh, the chocolate fountain's there, you know, just like you do. And what was wild was I watched a guy sit there and take items off his plate one at a time, look both ways as though he were picking a lock, and then put them under the chocolate fountain. You know, like, okay, is anyone watching? No? Alright. And then here's the next thing.
Oh, good lord.
So it was like, chicken nugget, does this chocolate? Yes, it does. And then he looked pleased every time he did it. Like, you know, he cracked the code.
Oh, absolutely.
That's one of the blue fusion reactors. You need to shut down all 4.
Shut down? Seem less than optimal. I don't have 8 tools, so I guess I'm not going this way.
Shut down explosively?
That didn't work.
Unfortunate.
Truly.
Truly. Molto bene. But yeah, I mean, I've always kind of marveled at what kind of weird food stuff people create when they're stoned, because it's an I want to say it's a elevation of anything that anyone sober obviously would create. Because like they're obviously have thought. There's a lot of thought that goes into it, right?
Yeah.
It's stuff that just, I guess there is that limit of what would we say, common sense or perhaps restraint that is overcome, and then all of a sudden they decide now's the time, you know, nobody's got hold on me, thus I will make the peanut butter pizza or what have you.
Yeah.
I've seen some real stupid things made. Okay. There's one guy who I watched him do this, and this guy actually knew how to cook, right? He actually knew how to cook. He had one of those, I forget what it's called. It's the opposite of a griddle. It's like a flat plate that's the opposite of a griddle that gets super cold, that you can put chocolate on, you know, and it will like instantly solidify into concrete.
Yes,
or you
the
can put
reverse
ice cream or
griddle.
Yeah, it's like the reverse griddle. Is that the name of it?
Not.
I would presume not. But
I know what you're speaking of, though.
Yeah, well, he had one of those because he had all the cooking stuff. He had, like, you know, a panini press and just all sorts of things, right?
They electrocuted my legs off.
That's not good. You need those.
I do need those.
Need them legs. But no, he had all of those things. you know, just in there. And one of the things that really blew my mind was, you know, one day he got up
He will die when we blow up the facility.
just
Your only objective
on his
is to
own,
find the controls for the reactor's cooling system.
and
We must make sure that the
he had himself some
monstrosity Paige
marijuana,
himself is not
as you do,
technologically feasible for future
and he after having some of that, he put chocolate on the thing, and then used a spatula to kind of fold it up and made a chocolate taco shell, right? And he kept that cold. He put that in the freezer. Then he put 3 scoops of ice cream inside of that, and then he put sprinkles on it for like cheese, and then he ate the whole thing like a taco.
Okay.
It was huge. It was easily like 6,000 or 7,000 calories. This guy swam a lot, so it didn't do anything to him, but he just sat there and ate that.
About Helios, the Aquinas router control room will remain locked until my upgrades
I was like, "Are you all right?" And he screamed because he had a horrible ice cream headache. But he had that smile of like, "I have won." Like if he had died right then, he'd be fine meeting his maker. Like if God had judged him at that moment, like, what have you done with your life? He'd be like, "All right, bring it on." Perfectly fine with it.
What I need is some bioelectric cells. 9
But yeah,
tools.
I mean,
got 7
I've
tools.
seen some wild fucking creations in the oven. Then I've also seen the really bad ones. We talked about some on the podcast, like spaghetto.
Spaghetto.
Spaghetto isn't bad. It's just, you know, the pasta you make when you're like poor, like really poor. Like,
Yeah.
what kind of noodles do you use? Any?
Uh-huh.
You know, there's no magic to it. You know, a friend of mine told me that if you can make a lasagna from scratch, when a girl comes over, you're getting laid, or she's not a good person. And I said, well, what if you make spaghetto? And he goes, man, that's a keeper. Make spaghetto, serve it on paper plates. Walmart bread. Be like, honey, will you marry me, as you hand her a folded, wet paper plate of spaghetto that is dripping with the can of sauce?
Yeah.
I do, she says. And she takes it, and it collapses in her lap. Oh my god. Yeah, there's some really bad food crimes you can do when you're poor.
Yeah, and dips the spaghetto in the Walmart bread. Yeah.
You know,
well,
that's
you're making
the point of it.
you're making me feel sad.
Why? Oh.
Because I had hamburger helper leftovers and white bread right before we came on.
Yes, the fine feast.
The finest of dining.
The finest of dining.
What of these do I not need?
The American Midwest. Well, I mean, we had it out in that episode where you...
Where I?
Taco night.
Uh-huh.
Please. I don't want to go over it again. It just... Midwest Taco Night is not normal.
What about Taco-Roni?
That's acceptable. I mean, look, anything that, let's just say helper, you know, we could just say it's
Taco-Roni, it's taco seasoning and noodles. I've been poor.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew a guy who was so poor that he would put an onion in a pan fry it and then put it on a piece of bread and fold it in half.
Yeah. It's the fold that really gets it. Because it feels
That
like
fold
it's
makes it-
more.
Yeah, it feels like it's classy.
Alright. I really wish that door would let me in from the other side. That would be very helpful.
It would be.
Fuck you, asshole. Tired of playing your waiting games. At this point, I don't care which ending I get. I just want an ending. How many of these do I have left? 2 and 6 Willie Pete. Move fast, break stuff. Alright, go, 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 go. Before it respawns.
You can't shoot your way out of this one. My UCs can assemble new creatures in seconds.
Oh man, what a time.
Ah, that didn't go the way I hoped. Alright. I shouldn't actually need to go back.
Look, it's just an evil lair. Well, I wouldn't say evil. It's just a lair to take over the world, right?
Yeah, world takeover.
Oh, and Monster Zoo. There's a few of those.
Yeah, there are a few of those.
Just a handful of monsters at the Monster Zoo.
Oh, you're kidding me. There's no splash damage on the Willie Pete rockets? Oh, I've already broken that. Never mind.
You're too late. Already I'm more than human.
Yada 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 yada. I was hoping I could just sneak by without him talking to me.
Ignore Page. He will die when we blow up the facility. Your only objective is to find the controls for the reactor's cooling system. We must make sure that the monstrosity Page has made of himself is not technological for future generations.
I'm on fire.
Fire's alright. I like fire. Fire will keep you warm.
It is doing that. Where did you come from?
Keep you warm till the end of your days.
God, I'm still on fire.
You know what's weird about fire? Is it just doesn't go away if you want it to.
God damn it.
I learned that and I'm not a firefighter. You're a firefighter, aren't you?
I was.
Didn't you used to fight fires? Like go out there with your hands and be like, "What up, bitch?" and then like throw them around.
We save foundations.
That's a really grim way of saying it. I promise it won't burn. Enjoy your slab.
Alright, come on.
Oh,
Soon I will leave.
we save foundations. Put that on a patch.
I think it's already on several.
Don't tell.
Oh god, even with subdermal armor, that was just like immediate. They really don't want me in there. Am I kind of weird for liking fried spam? No, I mean, it's got its place.
No, it's you have to find something that goes with fried spam.
Uh-huh.
Right?
An egg on top of fried spam with 2 slices of poverty bread. Goes really, really well, actually.
That goes fine, because fried spam's fine. There's also a lot of Hawaiian food that incorporates spam, and you find a little bit of sweetness will lick the gross away. Deb, you
All
opened
the
a
salt.
console for
Yeah.
a sec, didn't you? Yeah.
I did. That's why it wasn't firing.
I was like, wait a second. I don't remember that overlay in his cyber display.
It's because I was running the Sandevistan build, or whatever.
Sandevistan.
What are you gonna do about it, huh? Huh? Can't find me over here. Did the electricity just ricochet?
Electricity does that.
Oh, ow, that one didn't.
All you gotta do is have that electromotricity.
Ow, fuck you. What the fuck?
Is there oil in Sandevistan? Is there all in there?
What in the fuck was that?
Think a robot. Not a friendly one either.
You're too late.
Yes, yes, yes.
You're gonna burn.
I'm partly toaster, Mr. Howard or whatever. I don't know.
Ignore Page. He will die when we blow up the facility. Your only objective is to find the controls for the reactor's cooling system. We must make sure that the monstrosity Page has made of himself is not technologically feasible for future generations.
Hmm.
It certainly looks like an evil place. You know, it's the lighting, I think.
Absolutely.
Evil lighting goes a long way.
MJ Trooper, he's still in the area, so the MJ Trooper doesn't have to worry about all these fucking animals out. But I do. That doesn't seem very nice.
This one's some kind of mech.
Probably isn't.
He's still in the area.
Yep, it's still in the area.
9L says, Alex should have given you the part of the code for the reactor control. The rest is remembering that Barb Page is a massive narcissist.
Let's finish him off.
Oh, I've got some of it, yeah. What if it's a friendly?
What do you
these
mean a
ones,
friendly?
These ones aren't. I know that. Because they're complete dicks to me.
Remember the briefing.
Good lord, how many of them are there? Am I just making more of them? Alright, fine. Tranquilizer darts. This far into the game and you still think I'm using those.
Why would you use those? That's insane.
Almost cute.
Tranquilizer darts. Yes. He's only sleeping. Brains on wall.
Soon I will leave this body and death will have no meaning.
Alright, let's go ahead and top up. We'll have the radiation robot here. Solve my problems.
It's a radioactive robot. Friend.
Unless this is a bit with the infinite graves. I believe that this may be the bit with the infinite graves.
It feels like
That's
it.
far enough.
But think of all the fun times
Ooh, a
you could
button.
have. Uh-oh.
Ow! I didn't have to do all the parkour. I could have just done that.
Crazy.
Fucking greasels.
Goddamn greasels. Good for nothing bastages.
Anytime, anytime. There we go. Gotta exercise to work off all that water weight.
Oh god. That does kind of creep me out. The idea of him just retaining water. I don't like it.
That's one of the blue fusion reactors. You need to shut down all four.
I don't like it at all.
Please get away from the robot I need. God damn it.
Seems like you like the wildlife a lot.
You're too late.
Yeah, already more than human. Whatever.
Ignore Page. He will die when we blow up the facility. Your only objective is to find the controls for the reactor's cooling system. We must make sure that the monstrosity Page has made of himself is not technologically feasible for future generations. That's one of the blue fusion reactors. You need to shut down all four.
Seven, 2, 4.
Excellent. 3 left.
Target
did it.
One of them. How many of those do I have? 7. Give me a lamb.
Where'd he go?
Deb just shooting people.
Why are there aliens now? Did I miss something? Yeah, Area
It's Deus
51.
Ex. Don't worry about it. It's just Deus Ex stuff. For Deus Ex reasons, they're aliens, okay?
Was it a 7243?
Wasting time. Forget the other 2 blue fusion devices. Find the controls that let you shut off coolant to the power.
We're doing bad people things. Oh man, someone mentioned that movie The Lawnmower Man.
What about the Lawnmower Man?
Wasn't that like the Branch Davidian's favorite movie or something?
Something like that.
I remember that weird factoid. Like David Koresh was really oddly into The Lawnmower Man.
Well, I mixed up my Colts, and I was going to say you could ask them, but that's the last guy managing the Heaven's Gate website.
The Heaven's Gate also had some people that missed the boat, so to speak.
Well, I mean, the Branch Davidians have some survivors as well. I believe they still even own their compound.
Pretty remarkable, that.
Yeah. Oh, thank Christ, they're gonna go eat that body. Come on. Okay, thank Christ.
You know, I was looking at work today, the IRS guidelines for establishing a 501c3, and I realized if you just called something a cult, and then said that once a week there was a like gathering of something, like I don't know, a Patreon update or a podcast or similar,
Yeah.
and it had benefit to society, e.g. fundraising for charity and whatnot, it could be considered a non-profit organization by default. You didn't even need to call it a cult, you know? I thought you really had to go all out on that. You know, have a compound and some robes and chanting and whatnot. I mean, I guess you could do that if you wanted, but just some thoughts. Yeah, we're not a cult. I'm just saying that I was reading the guidelines of what that established, because I was like, there's got to be a tax break. And then I was reading through that, and I was like, that is frighteningly easy. That is a remarkably easy task. We tick all of those boxes.
Yeah, most of them accidentally.
I wouldn't even need to sew wallets. We wouldn't have to have an indoctrination center. Like, no one would need to, like, shave their heads.
Having served on the board of a 501c, let's see. The robes and chanting are optional, but the bookkeeping and tax filings are not.
Yeah, we're not a cult, praise Zorg. Knowing our group, people would be like, can I chant though if I want to?
Oh, absolutely.
You know, I'd just say probably. You should probably do that if it makes you happy.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Recharge. Time to save because I've made marginal progress. You gonna come in here with me? What's up?
No, I'm just sitting there. I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking out loud.
Just
not
thinking
about
out loud.
Not about starting a 501c3 or anything, but I'm just saying we would probably need a headquarters somewhere,
I imagine we would.
or a grand lodge, as the terminology goes.
In certain religions.
Perhaps a
organizations.
mothership. Perhaps a mothership. Or
Could
a
do.
home base. It'd be funny if we like bought the USS, the you know, like the Olympia, you know,
Yeah.
and then like put it on land. The Landel ship.
You know, the Navy's got a land destroyer, right?
Well, we can have some fun with
They use it for training.
that. Xanthar's like, an oil rig, perhaps? What about an Air Force? A second-hand Air Force?
Maybe one made of the cheapest combat aircraft you can buy from the third world.
From the third world that everyone forgot about. Damn you, Albania. Damn you, Albania.
So I didn't find anything in there that I really was super stoked about. Let's see, what's down the dark hole?
Sounds like a book. Down the Dark Hole with Depp. Actually, it sounds like a late-night TV show, right?
That does.
This week on Down the Dark Hole.
With Depp.
This week on Down the Dark Hole. It's like one of those you wouldn't believe it, you know,
Oh, yeah.
shows.
Well, for old time's sake, I think we would have to,
Down the Dark Hole.
What are you shooting at? Ow, I see. Maybe I don't see. I think we can get Tex an abandoned missile silo in Kansas. They go for cheaper than you'd think.
Yeah, but that's a lot of money I don't have, guys.
How much are Harriers with these days? More than you've gotten Pepsi points.
Yeah.
What? Maybe it's in the notes. Six, 7, 6, 5. Oh, god damn it. Again?
You can forget about Helios. The Aquinas router control room will remain locked until
Are we
my
making
upgrades
friends?
are complete. I have my own plans for the AI.
There's more than enough people in the Ox to dig a hole to throw me in. I agree. It's a lot of money to maintain such a thing. Because see, if you dig a hole in the ground, it will fill up with water. Believe it or not. On its own. I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
You'll just be like, why did that happen? Because nature hates you. And don't even think about burying cargo containers. They're not designed for that.
No, the walls cave in.
People are like, oh, it's steel, it's strong. It's like, no. It's not designed for that.
This is why you don't remember, why you don't rely on your memory for this stuff. 6, 7, 6, 5.
6969.
Hey, mind, do you remember that number I needed to remember? No, but I recall a very similar one.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You can forget about Helios. The Aquinas router
Ha! Why did that work the first time, but not that time?
Because it wasn't funny. Right?
I don't know, maybe that's it.
Maybe that's it. Maybe it's Maybelline. Oh,
You can forget about Helios. The Aquinas router
I know what appears to be an old ammo depot in the Dakotas is selling at least 2 old bunkers, 1 finished, 1 not. Okay,
Oh,
what does an
lovely.
ammo depot consider a finished bunker, though? Nope, you can still see me with radar transparency. See.
You can forget about Helios. The Aquinas router control room will remain locked until my upgrades are complete. I have my own plans for the AI.
I don't even see where I would go in there. Need tools for that. I think F10's not helping me there. Can I kill power with this?
You can always check the kill power, you know? Got that old fork. It's Mr. Dig. Hello, Mr. Dig. We're trying to end the Deus Ex, but we're getting a lot of electrocute instead.
Yeah. Like an uncomfortable amount, if I'm completely frank.
The
Okay.
intern at work said I looked very handsome for how old I am.
Ow.
Yep. Something to that effect. Well, old and stressed. I was like, thank you. It's just electricity. What's the big danger there?
Yeah, exactly. Alright, I now have enough bypassy boys for that thing.
We're getting a little bit of that old electricity. Old electromotricity. Remember when they used to have that's gonna be something we have to explain to future generations. They used to have advertisements on TV with Louis the Lightning Bug, who would sing songs about how electricity would fucking kill you. Remember those?
I do not.
Like Louis the Lightning Bug?
No.
He would sing like "Don't play with electricity because it's dangerous."
Nope.
Oh my god!
That
How
may
many
have
people
been
remember
local to
Louis
you.
the Lightning Bug? Please. Yeah, you gotta stay away from electricity. Yeah, he would sing because it was like, come on.
He would?
Yeah, I'm not crazy. I also remember when the people at Outback Steakhouse used to have an Australian accent.
Yeah, see, I remember that. I also
That was
remember when the bloomin'
hilarious.
onion was like twice the size it is now.
The austerity onion. I remember when the bloomin' onion was larger.
Okay, so
Yeah,
that didn't
some
do
people
anything.
remember those, yeah. Oh yeah, no, the accent was fake as shit, brother. They didn't hire Australians. You think they hired Australians? Do you think there was like a visa program? There was an Australian visa program in the US? Oh, I'm sorry, you're Australian? Oh, you're part of the Outback visa program. Right this way, sir.
Alright, if
Pardon.
it's just gonna keep zapping the shit out of me, I'm gonna do it from down here. Text, only people from Alabama in the 80s know Louis the Lightning Bug.
They showed Louis in other states too.
I didn't see anything about Louis in Missouri. That's all I'm saying.
You're younger than me. By a lot.
Couple of years.
Little Louis the Lightning Bug telling people the electricity will like smoke you. He used to tell people all sorts of shit. He's like, I'm the lightning bug, I'm gonna die. Don't touch that wire.
In 4th grade in 1989, the city power company set a group around the schools to demonstrate how dangerous electricity is. They showed us a few Louis the Lightning Bug videos, and they busted out a diorama and fried G.I. Joes using a car battery.
Fuck yeah, that is awesome. Fuck yeah.
Rimworld Herald had him in Ohio.
Hmm?
Corhazen in Florida saw him in the early 90s. Never seen the lightning bug in Kansas, says Mercury Alpha X.
Because
Not in the north,
they're-
said Steel Griffin.
Yeah, in Kansas, they're just like, good luck.
I mean, you'd occasionally see, like, old rural electrification program signs that were like a lightning bolt, like, remember, kids, electricity will fucking kill you.
Yeah, he was in New Mexico and Texas. Thank you. That's where I saw Louis the Lightning Bug, was in Texas.
In Tejas.
In Tejas. See.
Gas grenades? I don't need no fucking gas grenades.
There was a lot of fun warning videos as a kid. I remember they used to have to bring in videos and they would show them to us. And then high school, we had a bunch more driver's ed videos, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Where they'd show, like, some kid, like, talking to another kid. Like, just talking in a car. And then because they talked to the other person instead of looking dead ahead the whole time,
Yeah.
he instantly died.
Yep. Oh, yeah. 100%.
Instantly. Like, instant death. Like, head explode, you know?
Alright. UNC Samurai says it apparently originated in Alabama. I guess different stations got them from the ad council. See, that makes sense, because growing up, all of our syndications were all out of Chicago. Everything that we saw was Chicago. Which is why we had Sven Gulli, who is not somebody that I don't think you got down in Texas.
No. But no, I remembered, they got mad when they brought in the driver's ed videos. And they showed us kids. You
He's
know,
still
like
on, too, yeah.
They showed us us kids, like, people's heads exploding. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And we had, like, a Beavis and Butthead. Then again, I guess every class had a Beavis and Butthead, right? And they just sat in the back and they're like, oh, cool. You know? The teacher was very upset that these guys were laughing the whole time.
Ask him for a piece of the action. Maybe it'll stop electrocuting you to death. We can only hope. I'm going to accomplish this, and it's not even going to be, like, crucial. You're like, why did you bypass that?
It's the point. It's the... I don't know.
Yeah, the open
anymore.
panel after you dead just to taunt me? Exactly. This is the most well-defended breaker box. That's why I'm thinking I'm probably not supposed to be doing this. But, you know, what do you do? Gimme. And,
Oh, man.
let me dump the gas grenades because they're fucking useless. I don't think I've killed an actual person in hours. It's just been robots. And the nebulous concept of electricity.
Oh, right. So, as Matt as Guardian says, in Detroit, we had 3 horror hosts and a karate host. I remember 2 of the horror hosts. There was Count Scary, and there was the Ghoul. The karate host, I do not.
Yeah. Only one I recall is Sven Gulli. And I mean, we got Elvira too, but I think that was...
Guardians said the karate host was a white guy talking in a Chinese accent. He didn't last too long for obvious reasons.
Oh man, that's a little unfortunate.
Wow. You know, I mean, there was a time, right? But good goddamn.
That time had probably passed.
Yeah, like if it was the 50s, I'd be like, well, you know, it's the 50s, right? But I mean, I'm not defending it. I'm just saying that I could say, yeah, I could see that in the 50s. But I'm willing to bet this wasn't 50s.
Yeah, it was probably on the fence back then. Today it would never have aired. Exactly.
Exactly, you know, because like back then it's just like, Then again, there's always somebody who's a little behind the time. That is how it is. But yeah. Deb killing all the people, drinking all the water.
Yeah, that is what I do. I wish my memory wasn't shit. I can't remember a lot from the early 90s. You and me both. Okay, that is what I was supposed to do. Oh, hot diggity dog.
Dig it damn.
What am I supposed to be doing in
JC
this room then?
sucking.
God. Okay, why was this room so heavily defended? Like, what's in here? Is this... This just goes back upstairs, I think. Right?
You know, I'm confused now, because the problem is that there's part of me that recognizes some parts of this. Then there's other parts of me who says, well, Tex, that was a long time ago, and this is the revision mod of this.
Yeah.
And I don't want to give advice, and I'm scared. I'm not scared like the world's going to end, but there's an amount of startled and discomfort, let's say. Yeah.
What do you mean? This is their security room. It's where they store their security measures. Indeed.
That is unfortunate. Unfortunate, the security room. I don't like that security room all that much.
Oh, and Steel Griffin, 2 car dealerships came through. All hands on deck, it's the Admiral and Toyota hot. See, we had the Shawnee Mission Kia jingle, which I think everybody from about the Colorado border to the Illinois border heard.
Really?
Yeah.
What, can you do the jingle for us?
Yeah, it's Shawnee Mission Kia, just a short drive. Shawnee Mission Parkway and I-35.
I remember a friend of mine in his sleep, because we were out camping, and he had a lot to drink. A lot, like a stupendous amount to drink, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in his dream, he would sing in his dream, he sang this jingle. And I had to go look it up, and apparently it was the jingle for a car lot on the West Coast. Cal Worthington. And so he goes, yeah, so my friend was asleep, and he was singing, if you want a car truck, go see Cal. He just sang the whole thing in his sleep over and over again. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I asked him about it, and he was like, oh, yeah, that's that car lot thing. I was like, why were you singing that in your dream? And he was like, I didn't do that. And I was like, bitch, I watched you do it. I watched you do it. I've never seen that commercial in my life. And you just did it, so I had to go look it up. And he was like, nah. And, yeah, basically that doesn't sound like me.
Who the hell? That's it.
Does anyone remember that era of where local businesses, because there was an era that is glorious. There is an era that is glorious, that is absolutely glorious, of when local TV stations would make commercials or accept commercials from very small businesses
Yeah.
that were made with no money. And these commercials were fantastic in how shitty they were. I remember in rural Texas, there was a guy who had a VHS and TV and vacuum repair. That was his business, right? And in the commercial, they had a guy who was massively overweight in a Darth Vader costume that was way too small walk in and swing the shittiest lightsaber, like cardboard lightsaber, at a TV, and the TV exploded with such a force that it ripped the lightsaber out of his hands, and he jumped, and they said in a very bad like ADR line, like, "Has your TV been hit by the dark side? Come to so-and-so's repair." And I just stopped, and I remember having that on VHS because I had taped something when I was young, off the TV. And I played it back because on VHS you could slow shit down and advance it frame by frame, and you see that thing rip out of his hands from the explosion. And I realized they blew up that TV. I don't know with what, but it was like big pyro, and the guy was terrified, if not harmed. I remember those old commercials, and they were just so good because it was like, hey, what if you do this and the TV explodes, and then it's Darth Vader. Shit you couldn't do today because you get sued. But in a town of 8,000 people, who cares?
Yeah.
Okay, they have a question. Who wrote the script to Bubba J's Holiday Like Dinner package commercial? That is Mad Ducks and the Ox, and also in the BPL, Mad Ducks. That is them.
You're shitting me. The infinitely
What?
responding grades got me after I'd actually made some fucking progress.
You made some progress.
Yeah, that's Mad Ducks. Yep, and I forgot to save.
Boy, remember when we thought we were at the end of this?
Well, it's because I was just so overcome with joy to finally be making any kind of progress that I lost track of myself momentarily.
It's okay. I'm stupid sometimes too.
It's almost depressing watching the military robot just casually machine gunning infinitely responding aliens.
Maybe that's fun for the robot, right? Maybe that's fun. Maybe that's, it's really fun. Oh man, there's a good question. Did y'all have any weird marathons on TV on the holidays? Oh, all right. Well, there's the James Bond one that was always on TBS, right? Or whatever TBS became. There was that one. I'm trying to think of what other weird ones there were. TNT Godzilla marathons. I remember one of the local stations did a Christmas marathon of a bunch of Christmas movies, and it was not Christmas movies you had ever thought of. Like it wasn't Christmas movies you recognized. It was just like, oh, this 1938 Christmas movie, and you're like, oh, is it a one we no, it isn't. It was like all the B Christmas movies. Not the good ones. Oh man, Star Wars, all the TNT Star Wars, that would be nice.
Son of a...
Star Trek TOS 1. Oh man, that would be nice.
Wideband, ultra-wide. Yes.
They're all nice.
You will leave the ones in place until I'm ready to merge with the AI myself. Yes.
This was Icarus and Panopticon.
Welcome to the computer. You will now engage the primary router. Use the login Icarus. Password Panopticon. I'm warning you. Helios is mine. Leave it alone. You will now come back, yes. We will integrate our systems. Establish the next level. No! You fool! Helios will destroy you. I'm the only one who can merge and take control. Wait for me! I promise you will have a place in the new order.
Unfortunately, I don't think the game will let me take that option.
Oh boy. You should probably save a bit.
I just did. Right?
I hope so.
There. Save twice, because twice is 9.
I saved twice. It's very nice. Please do not cry at me.
Okay, I've got 5 rounds of buckshot. I've got 3 sabos. I've got 8 20mm grenades.
It's
3
dark out. We're
normal
wearing
rockets,
sunglasses. Hit it.
6 Willie Pete rockets. And 84 rounds of sniper rifle ammo. Oh, fuck you. Made me waste the other rocket. There we are. I'm out of the normal ones.
Soon I will leave this body and death will have no
I mean, I think you've
Please-
got
please let me
largely
have the
the amount of firepower you require to do what you need to do.
Do
the most
I?
part.
I feel like I don't. I have to, right? I have to come back to level 3, then to emerge. Yes, sector 3. I'm sorry, Mr. Everett. Your offer was most tempting, however. Merging with the robot was the ending I encountered first. If I can leave successfully. There it is.
No, go back.
Think what we could do with Area 51. I will make great use of it. Now, of course.
Man, I'm gonna tell you this much.
What?
I'm gonna tell you this much. What?
What?
Why are you saying what?
Because there's a
I said-
fucking... There we go.
All right. Look,
Yeah, no,
I-
not you. It was... I didn't want to deal with Agent Smith down there.
I had some ideas. Like, okay, like, look. You said, what would we do with Area 51? Well, first of all, I'd turn it into a movie studio. That's what I'd do with Area 51. Secondly, I realize, you know, cargo containers are like Legos.
Mm-hmm.
What's to stop someone from building a castle out of cargo containers?
Very little, I assume.
Probably an HOA.
And I wish I could take the law with me. I've got 5 GEP rockets. That'll have to do. Aquinas Hub, Aquinas Hub. I'm gonna find the Aquinas Hub.
Go into the transmission chamber, yes. We will begin to exchange information.
Oh, okay.
Your systems will fail. You can't possibly withstand the traffic, the volume of messages.
We're going down. Right?
Right?
That looks right. Maybe this isn't right. Up. Hey, we're going up. Oh yeah, this is a transmission chamber if ever I saw one.
I've done what you asked. Now what?
I mean, that... Well, you know,
Stagnant.
Who are you?
We are dataless. We are Icarus. The barriers between us have fallen, and we have become our own
Nano Trazen welcomes you, JC.
If we join with you,
And if I do, what becomes of me?
you will be who you will be. We are our choices. We can choose to lead humanity away from this darkness.
This is what I was made for, isn't it? This is why I exist.
This is why you don't let your clones get existential.
All right, let's do this.
What's happening? Helios! Icarus! Don't leave me!
This is my favorite ending because he just never leaves his hamster ball.
oh god.
We have grown, but there is still much to be done. Many of the targets that must be shown the way. For it is the dawning of a new day.
Yep, AI, Skynet's evil brother.
Excellent. Yeah, Voltaire quote, very classy.
That is a good quote.
He gets to slowly die in the hamster ball. Fuck yes, he does. I'm never letting him out.
AI state laws. Get a job. Depp, you beat it.
Yeah.
You beat it, Depp. Good job. Good fucking job, Deb. You beat it. So next up is gonna be my summer car. That's gonna be your palette cleanser.
Upon ascending to pseudo-godhood, Denton's first act was to place a no-flash photography sign on the hamster ball. JC Denton will return in Deus Ex 2 Invisible War. Does he really? AI
Yeah.
state laws. What a rotten way to die. All the world's water coolers were simultaneously drained on Friday, heralding the emergence of our new digital overlord. Now I am the Deus Ex. Okay, he does. Not in a great way, though. See, I assumed that it would... to avoid having to say which of these is the canon ending, it would just refuse to acknowledge it. The, Mass Effect answer, as it were. Mm-hmm. In a very late 90s way, this is actually pretty good music. Did the game decide that they all happened but badly? Asks Pretzel Bomber. Oh, yeah, Invisible War tries to make all of the endings canon. It's weird.
Yep. That's why Invisible War is not as satisfying.
Not
Human
as
Revolution's... Human Revolution is satisfying, though. A very satisfying game.
Having played this now, though, Human Revolution takes a lot of the same story beats, but doesn't do them as well.
No,
because
this
that was
game
my
does...
first game in the series.
This game is very, very good. And you have to understand that consider when this game came out, and then the next few years after that, 9/11, etc., etc. This game suddenly becomes like eerily, whoa, it's ahead of the time.
Yeah.
Well, it was just the right game at just the right time to be many, many things. Accursed Farms, Ross Scott did a fantastic breakdown of this game. And I would recommend, now that you've played this, going to watch that.
So I'd seen a couple of people that did retrospectives on it that I'd always avoided because I wanted to play the game first.
Ross Scott. I would say Ross Scott's breakdown of it on his Accursed Farms channel is the one to watch. It is absolutely the best, hands down review and breakdown of this game, and why it's kind of a cultural zeitgeist for so many games and people talk about it, why it's so good. Really, really, really good game. And I'm glad that you made it. I mean, you made it. You didn't get too terribly mad at too many things.
No.
You did a lot of the funny shit that most people are hesitant to do. You threw yourself into the murder hobo, you threw yourselves into the murder hobo role like perfectly well. I mean that's a chef's kiss moment.
Thank you. House Tremere, great playthrough. Oh yeah, Strange Company. Yes. No problem. I enjoyed that approach to Space Mercs as well, so I've been singing its praises when people want. I think the third one is releasing here shortly, although it'll be a while for the audiobook to come out. Pretzel Bomber says I got roughly as mad as someone playing in 2001 would have.
That's fine.
Oh, I forgot about the meth speed difficulty.
Oh man, yeah.
By the way, the next generation, a Final Unity would make for a great playthrough on stream.
Ooh. That could be interesting.
I don't think I've ever played any of the Star Wars games, I had a CD demo back in the 90s of one of the very early Star Trek RTSs. Which I believe was either... Yeah, that would have had to be TNG era. But I only knew the original series at that point, so I wasn't up to speed on all the ship types and everything.
Well, that we could revisit everything. I mean, this is all about fun. I mean, it's Friday. It's Friday. It's about, pants off, dance off time. Nothing too fancy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elite Force. Okay, that was probably it.
Oh yeah, Elite Force, where you're the Star Trek security team and you shoot people.
I think the same developer had Top Gun interactive movie as well. It was a mid-flight sim. However, the voice actress for the Major on Ghost in the Shell SAC covered Highway to the Danger Zone. Interesting.
No shit. That's interesting. Hell.
It's a shame Starfleet Command does not run well on modern Windows. I'd love to see Tex and Det try their hand at Starfleet battles. Yeah, Raven had very few misses in their run. One of the earliest games I remember playing on PC was a flight sim that you flew a disarmed Sopwith camel as a message runner. We're talking Windows 95, if not DOS or 3.1. Very, very basic. And I've never been able to find it again. Going to the fair tomorrow, Ginger Bitters. Have fun.
Yes, indeed, have fun. Have some fun. You're allowed to have one fun. One.
Okay, there is one game earlier than that I remember playing on PC, and that's Grand Theft Auto 2. Because I snuck into my uncle's PC room and played it.
Oh dear.
Yeah. I was very enthralled that you could run over all of the Elvises that were in line and get the Elvis has left the building soundbite. Because the Elvises were one of the one of the gangs in the starting area. They'd walk in a line with guitars over their shoulder going, oh,
yeah, baby. I had a friend of mine who could perfectly back when I did radio in community college. I had a friend of mine who could perfectly do Elvis, like literally perfect Elvis. But his favorite thing was at 3 a.m, because that's when they put him on. He would read news blurbs once an hour at the station calls as Elvis. And then he would just start saying really weird shit, I can't do a good Elvis at all, but he would say like, "Oh man, there's mosquitoes all over, so I'm gonna drink me some citronella," and I would just crazy shit like that all day.
Yeah.
And people would call in and be like, "Stop, you're making fun of Elvis," and he didn't care. He's like, "Come down in here and fight me."
See, I worked with a guy from Memphis when I was a machinist, and I had to teach him how to run Morisiki upright mills. So occasionally I'd be sitting there, doing my parts, running my machine, and I'd hear, "Hey, deputy, I crashed my machine again."
Oh God.
Oh, the Elvises were a canon poser gang in 2013 and 2020. That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Deus Ex Revision has a new game plus, it looks like.
Yeah, all right, here we go again. No, I won't make you do that. No.
Oh, you can start with everything, huh? Interesting.
Oh no. Realistic? What's realistic? You die at the beginning.
JC rides again. Ammo halved. 24-hour game. You have 24 real hours from game start to complete.
Oh,
no.
shit.
God.
That is nuts.
If we ever did a marathon stream, that might be a good one.
That would be a good one for a marathon stream. Yeah, you have 24 real hours to finish Deus Ex, and we
get like
hot
3
seat
or
it.
4 of us together to hot seat it, yeah.
Yeah, we do it like Le Mans.
Do it like Desert Bus.
Yeah. Wow.
Realistic, all hacking requires DOS commands.
Oh my god.
Armored enemies, it's 1 hit or no damage. Oh no. Ooh. All enemies can fly.
Oh no.
Oh, they had bullet penetration? And ricochet.
A lot of these modifiers can make this game very fucked up.
They could. Explosive fire extinguishers.
Wait, I am the law. What does that say?
All weapons are replaced with lawns. Oh no.
Oh man. I am the law as a playthrough?
Oh no.
What?
You can only hold 1 item at a time and you will instantly gain the weapon of an enemy you killed. So you kill the guy with the trank gun, you gotta then use the trank gun to knock the next guy out.
That's insane. I am the law? I would love to watch a law playthrough of this. If ever we have a long tournament, or a 24-hour thing where different people in the BPL are contributing to 24 hours of WVPL to raise charity or whatever, we should have a lawful playthrough for our block, you know?
Yeah.
Where everyone has a law, and we just see how far we can make it in the game. I want to see what the game is like when every single enemy has nothing but a law.
Manhunt mode, the Secret Service is hunting you 24/7. Good God. Wow. Oh, good Lord.
Some of these are fantastic.
These would just radically change the way this game plays. Plasma 20s. Oh no.
Oh no.
Randomized augments and crate contents.
This is horrifying.
Oh no.
This is all insane. Oh boy. Well, at any rate, guys, we're glad you joined us. Next week we're gonna do my summer car, and I'll have to look into my summer car multiplayer because
that's potentially an option.
Yeah. Let's see. Apparently there is a multiplayer mod, so I'm gonna have to look into that. They say the multiplayer is bonkers. So yeah, I'll have to look at that.
All right. You all have a fantastic evening. Enjoy your weekends. Good night and good luck.